Welcome to today's session. Now we are going to discuss about the motion under gravity. Motion under gravity. So due to the effect of the gravity, how the equations of motion we can able to apply and what are the applications of those, and we will see. Motion under gravity. Generally, here we are going to discuss about acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity. What is acceleration due to gravity? First of all, the acceleration due to gravity is nothing but acceleration due to gravity is nothing but the acceleration attained by the freely falling body. The acceleration attained by the freely falling body due to the earth gravitation or due to the any particular planet gravitation, that's we are named as simply acceleration due to gravity. And how this acceleration due to gravity is different for different planets? Yes, actually this acceleration due to gravity is depends upon the mass of the planet and as well as the radius of the planet. Mass and as well as radius of the planet. If mass of the planet is more, the G value will be more. If the mass of the if the radius of the planet is less, then also G value will be more. So see here, we are taking general expression of the acceleration due to gravity, Gm upon r square. Gm upon r square. G, acceleration due to gravity, and capital G, universal gravitational constant, mass of the earth, if you are taking earth on earth, mass of the radius of the earth, like that. So if you put for earth, you may get the value of this 9.8 meter per second square. How much you can able to get? 9.8 meter per second square. And which if you are taking on the moon, this value you are getting 6 times less than on earth. 6 times less than on earth. So to get that, you have to substitute mass of the moon and as well as radius of the moon. So then you are getting, so this value around 1.66 meter per second square. 1.66 meter per second square means whatever we are considering here, planet, if you are taking on Mars, on Jupiter, on Sun, different planets are having different acceleration due to gravities. What is acceleration due to gravity? The acceleration attained by the freely falling body. The acceleration attained by the freely falling body due to the earth gravitation. Due to the earth gravitation is called simply acceleration due to gravity. So here, this value on the earth only. Now we are going to discuss about the bodies on the surface of earth only. What are those? One is a freely falling body and other one is vertically projected body. Freely falling body or vertically projected body. So actually this was observed by the great scientist Newton. It was observed by the Newton. Actually what Newton observed? Newton observed a body is projected vertically upwards, again it is coming back. Or else he just sat under the tree, apple falls. Then he thought, how the apple falls? Yes, he started thinking about the gravity. Now see here, if you are dropping any object here, just I dropped any object that is moving downward because of gravitational attraction, and that's only we are named as acceleration due to gravity. So now here, that's only we are going to discuss about. Very simple. Actually, one thing here, it is difficult to find new things, but it is easy to follow the whoever they are taking. Yes. So now see here, first one we are taking freely falling body. Freely falling body. Freely falling body means first of all you have to remember that its initial velocity is 0. It's initial, whenever if you are taking a body is dropped freely, the meaning of that its initial velocity is 0. Initial velocity 0. And what we are taking the direction of the acceleration. That's most important. What about the acceleration? Actually, if anybody, if you are dropping, it is coming or attracting towards the earth, and its velocity gradually increases, and also the increasing velocity direction and gravity both are in the same direction. So that's why you have to consider the acceleration as a positive only. Acceleration as positive g you have to take. For example, if I am releasing the body from a height h, so here you can take which is coming a height h. How much time taken to reach the ground, or what about the velocity? That if you want to find, so just we have to go through the equations of motion. So we'll start equations of motion. We know that the first equation of motion, v is equal to u plus at. V is equal to u plus at. So we know that this v is equal to u plus at is the velocity as a function of time. What is that? Velocity as a function of time. The expression velocity as a function of time. See here, u value 0 and then g means which represents velocity at any instant of time. What this equation represents? Velocity at any instant of time. At any instant of time. Velocity at any instant of time. We can take v is equal to zt. Means a body is dropped. After 5 seconds, what is the velocity? 5 into z, 50. After 1 second, what is the velocity? Z into 10. Sorry, z into t. Z value. So after 100 seconds, what is the velocity? So whatever. So into g if you are taking, then you are getting that velocity expression. Next comes to the second equation of motion. So second equation we are taking s is equal to ut plus half at square. Ut plus half at square. So here we can take two conditions here. Just you put u and g a value, then you are getting displacement traveled by the body. If you are considering as h is equal to 0 plus half gt square. Half gt square means nothing but the displacement or the height of the body in t seconds. After t seconds, a body is dropped from particular height. It reaches the ground in 5 seconds. Then what about the displacement? You can be able to find the height of the tower. Height of the tower, like that. The same expression we are also able to use. T square is equal to 2h by g. Then t is equal to under root 2h by g. T is equal to under root 2h by g. This equation represents time taken by the body to reach the ground. What? Time taken by the body to reach the ground. When the body is dropped from a height of 100 meters. How much time taken to reach? Yes, g into 100 by. Which a body is dropped from 200 meters, 500 meters, whatever you can able to find the time. Equation, if you are seeing that 1, 2. Next to see third equation. Third equation we can able to take v square minus u square is equal to 2as. V square minus u square is equal to 2as. So see here, for example, body dropped from a height h meters. So then what is the velocity when which reaches the ground? So this means you can take that v square is equal to 2gh. Then v is equal to under root 2gh. Under root 2gh. This is the velocity of the body before striking the ground. Means with what velocity the body strikes the ground. Body velocity of the body when which it strikes the ground. Or simply mention that striking velocity of the body. Simply mention that striking velocity of the body means with this velocity the body strikes the ground. That is simply about freely falling body conditions. And now in case if they are asking about when we are taking about the nth displacement, what is the displacement traveled by the body in nth second? What we are taking? Sn is equal to initial velocity 0, then g by 2 into 2n minus 1. G by 2 into 2n minus 1. Like that we can able to. We'll see some applications regarding the freely falling body. So a body is dropped freely. This one only, freely falling body. A body is dropped freely from a height h. So here what I want to get, what is the ratio of distance traveled by the body in 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds and so on n second. The ratio of distance traveled by the body, distance traveled by the body in 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second and so on. That's the question. See, 1 second, 2 second, 3 seconds means displacement as a function of time. We have to use the formula. Freely falling body means its initial velocity is 0. First time take 1 second. In 1 second, how much displacement which travel? That's I am considering as h1. h1 is equal to half gt1 square. That is equal to simply g by 2. In 1 second, how much distance which travel? G by 2. In 2 seconds, how much distance which travel? Half g t2 square. T2 is equal to I am considering 2 seconds. So 2 seconds means half g 2 square, nothing but 4. Half g by 2 into 4. Don't take 2g, better into 4. Next in 3 seconds means t is equal to 3 seconds. Then h3 is equal to half g t3 square. G by 2 into 3 square, nothing but 9 into 9. h4 half g t power 4 t square, nothing but g by 2 into 16. Now take the ratio of h1, h2, h3, h4. You can observe g by 2, g by 2, g by 2, g by 2. G by 2, g by 2, g by 2, g by 2 common means the ratio of h1 to h2 to h3 to h4. What is the ratio? 1 is to 4 is to 9 is to 16 is to 25 is to 36 is to 49, 64, 81, 100, 221 like that. So means the ratio of the simply square of the integers. Square of the integers. When the distance traveled by the body in 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds and so on. And so on. Yes. Let's also see one more possibility. Say again freely falling body here. Again freely falling body. Find the ratio of distance traveled by the body. Distance traveled by the body by the freely falling body here in successive intervals of time. Successive intervals of time. In the examination they may ask successive intervals of time. What is the meaning of successive intervals of time? Means in first second, in second second, third second, fourth second, fifth second, nth second. Successive intervals. First second, second second, third second, fourth second, nth second, like that. So means we have to use the fourth equation of motion. Displacement traveled by the body in nth second. For that we can consider Sn is equal to u plus a by 2 into 2n minus 1 formula. First I am taking n is equal to 1. That means S1 is equal to a value 0, a value g. G by 2 into 2 into 1 minus 1. Nothing but 1. This value is goes to z by 2. Next n is equal to 2. S2. Z by 2 into 2 into 2 minus 1. Nothing but the 3. That is equal to 3g by 2. Next n is equal to 3. That is S3. G by 2 into 2 into 3 minus 1. Nothing but 5g by 2. Next n is equal to 4. G by 2 into 7g by 4. 7g by 2. 9g by 2. 11 g by 2, like that. So now if you are taking the ratio of the distance traveled, S1 is to S2 is to S3, which is equal to, you may get 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7 is to 9 and so on. So means what is the ratio? The distance traveled by the body in the successive intervals of time is 1 is to 2 is to, 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7 is to 9, means the ratio of the odd numbers. This is the ratio of the square of the integers, ratio of square of the integers, ratio of odd numbers. What we are taking here? G by 2 into 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1, G by 2. G by 2, 2 into 2, 4 minus 1, 3, 6 minus 1, 5, next 8 minus 1, 7. Like that we can able to solve. Here one more question we have, is not question, application of this freely falling body. What is that? There is a tower, we don't know the height of the tower actually. Body is dropped from the top of the tower. The time taken by the body to reach the ground is t1 seconds. We know that time. You know that time means you can able to find the height also, that's not matter. Now same body is dropped from the same top of the tower, but after t2 seconds, means after t2 seconds, means when which is in the middle of the journey, it is stopped. It is stopped and again released. And again released. How much further time taken to reach the ground? How much further time taken to reach the ground? Yes? What is the answer? Yes? Generally what we are saying? Alright, total time t1. Here t2, t3. t3 is equal to t1 minus t2. Yes. 100% not. 200% wrong that. Because that's a time. So one body is dropped, directly reaches the ground. Second body drop and which is taking some rest and then moving. You know the story of rabbit and tortoise. After traveling of some distance, rabbit taking to rest. By the time tortoise won the race, you have to remember that only. Here time is not equal. Time is not equal because here body is starts from rest and directly reaches the ground. Here body starts from rest and coming to the some velocity and again comes to the rest. Means again velocity 0. Again it starts from. So that is that. Means finally the three conditions, the body starts from rest only. So that's why. So but one thing is safe. Height of the tower. I am considering the height of the tower is h1. It may travels the distance of h2 meters in t2 seconds and remaining h3 meters, right now? Then h1 is equal to compulsory h2 plus h3. h1 is equal to h2 plus h3, means this height and this height. But we don't know the value of t3, so that's why I'm taking h3 is equal to h1 minus h2. h3 is equal to h1 minus h2, but not that we require. We require how much time is taken to travel h3 distance. For that, simply, it is also starts from rest. It is also starts from rest and it is also starts from rest. So that's why when which is starts from rest, half g t3 square. It is starts from rest, half g t1 square minus half g t2 square. Half g cancel. Then finally t3 square equal to t1 square minus t2 square. Then the further time taken to reach the ground is under root t1 square minus t2 square. Under root t1 square minus t2 square. So see here, very simple. A body is dropped from a top of the tower which travels, reaches the ground in t1 seconds. Same body is dropped from the same height, but after traveling of t2 seconds it was stopped and again released. How much further time taken? How much further time taken? Okay, we'll see one numerical problem, then you can get easily. Same method, numerical problem. A body is dropped from the top of the tower. The time taken by the body to reach the ground is 4 seconds. How much? 4 seconds. Not 4, take 5. 5 seconds. To reach the ground is 5 seconds. And it is dropped from the rest. It reaches the ground in 5 seconds. Next, same body is dropped from the same height, but after 3 seconds it was stopped. After 3 seconds, stopped and again released. How much further time taken? So generally what we are thinking, 5 minus 3, 2. No, wrong. You're not able to apply that formula because here body starts from rest, reaches the ground in 5 seconds. Here also body starts from rest, but after 3 seconds again which is takes rest. That means again it starts from rest. So that's why that is not T3. Then apply this directly. T3 is equal to under root T1 square minus T2 square. T1 5 square minus 9, nothing but 16, nothing but 4 means. Further how much time taken? 4 seconds. Further how much time taken? Okay, let's see one question here. A body falls freely from a height of 125 meters. Body falls freely from a height of 125 meters. G value given as 10 meter per second square. After 2 seconds, gravity ceases to act. After 2 seconds, what happened? Gravity ceases to act. Then find the time taken by it to reach the ground. So this is okay, but what is this the meaning of this ceases to act? That's most important. So see here. First of all, we can consider body is dropped freely from a height of, total height is how much? 125 meters. How much? 125 meters. Right? But after 2 seconds, what happened? Gravity ceases to act. What is the meaning of ceases to act? Ceases to act. The means of that, gravity becomes 0. Gravity becomes 0. That means the body stops there only, na? No. And we have dropped the body from here after 2 seconds, which is having some velocity. How much velocity after 2 seconds? Yes, how much? 2g, nothing but 20 meter per second. 20 meter per second. So that means when the velocity of the body is 20 meter per second, then its gravity 0. Then it is traveling remaining distance with constant speed. Remaining distance with a speed of, with a velocity of 20 meter per second, that is constant. Once again see here, whenever a body is enter into the gravity with some velocity or with some speed, gravity free space, then the body is moving with that speed only. The body is moving with the same speed. So because there is no force to resist the body now, so here also there is no gravity to resist. So that's why the body is moving with the same speed of 20 meter per second further distance. Okay. Now here we need to find how much time taken to fall. Total time or whatever. Here total time. Here 2 seconds. So see, in 2 seconds how much distance travel? That's first find. In 2 seconds how much distance travel? Half gt square. Half g 10 into t square, nothing but 4. So in 2 seconds how much distance which travel? 20 meters. 20 meters. And how much remaining distance is there? Remaining distance? Yes. How much? The remaining distance is 125 minus 20, 105 meters. This 105 meters is moving with a speed of 20 meter per second. 105 meters of distance is moving with a speed of 25, constant speed. We know that speed is equal to distance upon time. Then time is equal to distance upon speed or velocity. 105 by 20, nothing but 5.25. 5.25. Yes. So that means the time taken, further time taken is 5.25, but the total time taken is t1 plus t2, nothing but 7.25 seconds.